I mean, they had a big old tornado in Washington, D.C., and they were like, really? And I said, yeah. And it picked up the freaking White House and dropped it right on that fucking bitch's head. And Sherilyn goes, yeah, her feet were sticking out from underneath it. And they were like, really? And then, tonight we were out handing out notice. She stopped this one house handing out a notice, and the woman was standing outside in, real heavy accent. And she goes, bitch, you're happy that Trump won. And Sean goes, oh yeah. Sean goes, oh yeah, I'm ecstatic.
What, the heavy-set Mexican lady wasn't happy?
No.
Why not?
But
is she illegal?
She said, and they started going back and forth, and Sherilyn said, you know what? She said, y'all think we're right. She said, y'all think that Trump and everything and all that are racist. I said, and she's like, we're not racist. She's like, it has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with anything like that. She said, the Democrats have destroyed our country financial-wise. She said, Obama has quadrupled the national deficit in his 8 years. He's quadrupled it. So he's quadrupled.
I thought it went up a couple trillion, maybe 5 trillion.
No, he said he has placed more debt on top of what our national deficit was than any other president in history. And so I said, here, I'm gonna go finish delivering these. So Sherilyn's standing there talking to this woman. I'm gonna finish delivering this stuff. But it's something like he's tripled it. He's like tripled it.
Right. I mean, I could see that. I mean, just the programs that he started. I mean, Obamacare. That's just been a huge drain on everything.
Okay.
Since President Obama took office, the national debt has increased by 7.4 trillion. It stood at 10.6 trillion on January 20th, 2009.
On Monday.
Yeah, and it was 18 trillion on Monday. So it's gone up almost twofold. Mm-hmm. But even if it was a third fold or a quarter fold or no fold, there still shouldn't be a deficit. There's still plenty of countries that owe us money that they should be,
Pull up. Who owes the United States the most money?
The most Monet. Come on, Google. You can do it. Let's see. China owes the United States 1.3 trillion as of September 2014, which is the most debt out of all the countries that are debtors. Japan was the primary debt holder until 2008, but now comes in around second at 1.2 trillion. So we got two Asian countries over there. One with 2.
I can't believe China even owes us any money. They need to quit sending money to China.
Well, I mean, it's probably part of the whole, y'all make our shit super cheap, and we're gonna give you little tax breaks here and there. That's really what it is. That's what it comes down to.
You mean Clinton was
what?
Making deals with them when she was Secretary of State.
Well, I mean, that's one thing I want to research. I really want to get into what she actually did.
Do you really want to know what defeated Hillary?
I already know what defeated Hillary. We're tired of the bullshit. We want a real country. A real country with real feelings and real people, and everybody loves each other.
Hang on a second. The actual, and you will not hear this on mainstream media.
You won't hear anything true on mainstream media.
But no, there's a reason why.
Because
we had a record number of voters in the history of the United States of Christian voters that would come from a Christian background that went up there and said, enough's enough. We're tired of having homosexuality shoved down our throat. We're tired of having all this shit shoved down our throat. And I won't hardly watch CNN anymore.
Oh, the Clinton News Network?
CNN spent the whole night putting Donald Trump behind. Everybody else had Donald Trump ahead, except CNN. CNN had him real close on the electoral. That's the only thing they had them ahead on it, but they had him the whole night, and then when
he was leading the whole night.
I was sitting there watching Fox News, and Sherilyn was like, "I can't stay up anymore. I got to go to bed." So she got up and went and walked around the corner into the kitchen, around the refrigerator, and just as she went out the corner and quit looking at TV, man, it went bam, 274. Trump just won the presidency, and I said, "Oh shit, he's got 274. He just won it."
And your dick stirred straight up, and it's like,
she's like, "Oh my goodness!" And we knew he was going to win, and turned it over.
When did you know that he was going to win?
I went to the other state. When did I know he was going to win?
Yeah,
I knew he was.
Like what was the indicator?
What was the indicator he was going to win? Is that he stood up and was throwing that shit out, and wasn't holding. He took everything. He took everything that Hillary Clinton and all them tried to ballpark on. That's just like bad hombres. He said in a statement, he said, that was blown out of context by the media, by CNN. They blew it out. These news stations are sabotaging me. They're blowing out of context what I said. What I said was, if you want to come to the United States, he said, what I meant was, if you want to come to the United States, then be a law-abiding citizen, go to work, and do what you're supposed to do, and be a law-abiding citizen like the rest of us are expected to do.
Yeah, of course.
What we don't want is your guys that change their names and come across the border, get arrested, committing crimes, get deported, and then turn around and get a fake ID and something like that and sneak back across the border and start doing worse stuff, so that when they get caught the second time, they're deported because we don't know that he's actually this guy that's already been thrown out of the country. He said,
exactly.
we have people that are over here and have been thrown out of the country 5 or 6 times. He said, right now we have how many murders that have been committed by Mexican nationals who killed somebody for whatever reason and then ran back across the border and off into the interior of Mexico, and Mexico won't help us find them. And these people killed. He said there's quadruple homicides in LA and stuff like that, and these guys ran across. I know of a hit that was done in Dallas. This is several years ago. A friend of mine's a Dallas cop. He got called to a Latino bar over in Dallas for a shooting. They went in there, and there was this guy sitting at the table.
What part of Dallas?
Whatever side the Latino bars are on.
I don't know.
But he got to this bar, and he said that he was sitting close, he said, "No, we can't talk about this and stuff, you know." He said, but the person that, when we got there and started interviewing people, they said this guy came in and was there for a couple hours. Was just sitting at a bar, and he'd gotten 2 beers, and he's sitting there, wasn't talking to anybody. He said he was wearing gloves, and they didn't think nothing about it because it's kind of cold outside. It was cold outside, and he was sitting by the front door. So every time the door opened, he got hit with the wind blowing in or whatever. So they weren't thinking nothing about it. And this guy sat there, and this guy sat there. Well, this guy that comes in there, he comes in there, and he's like a big drug guy in that area. He's one of the cartel. He like working hand in hand with the cartel, but apparently he had pissed somebody off, or he owed him some money, and he wasn't, you know, like, I ain't giving you nothing, you know, what are you gonna do? So he came back. He was sitting in this bar. Well, that guy showed up. So as soon as that guy showed up and walked in, the one that was killed.
Yeah.
He walked in and he had all this like his entourage with him. He drove some, you know, several tens of $1,000s car out there in the driveway and everything like that. And he would buy like whole bottles of champagne, and he would buy drinks for all these people. He would flash his money. And he had this one table that he used to sit in, and it was just a curved bar. But so this was like his bar. He would have people come in there on Friday, Saturday nights, and he'd making deals.
Business and everything.
And so he had this one like horseshoe-shaped table in this bar. He sat back in the back.
It's like that movie
And
Crash.
He has backs to the wall, and there's the door.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's sat in the back. And he said, as soon as that guy walked in there, that guy sitting at the bar, he said, every time someone walked in, he'd look up. Well, this time he went. And he watched him. He went all the way back there, sat down at his table, got everybody sitting in there, and he waited about 20, 30 minutes. And this guy was getting drinks and stuff, everybody in there, and made sure this guy's guard was down. He got up, and he said he walked outside. He went outside, there's a payphone out there. This is back when we had payphones, so that'll tell you how long ago this was. He walked out there, found that payphone, made a phone call. They traced the number made from on that payphone by this guy. And it went to Mexico, to a payphone in Mexico. And he went out there, he made that phone call. He turned around, came back in, the whole time wearing his gloves, never took his gloves off, nothing. Walked in, came in, walked over, picked his beer up, took a drink of it, set it back down, and walked. And nobody ever seen this guy before. And he didn't wear a mask, didn't wear, he's just plain dressed guy. Walked straight back to the back of that bar, and he went like this. They said he reached in the back of his pants and he pulled out 2 9mm. And he shot 4 people actually, but the one he was after was the guy. That guy jumped down, he shot him a couple times, but the guy was still alive. He jumped down to the table and he was shot the girl sitting next to him and shit, and innocent bystanders basically. And then that guy stepped back and looked down underneath the table and went bah, bah, and shot him twice in the head. Threw the gun down on the floor and turned around and walked up in front of the bar, and everybody scrambling, and they don't know where he went.
Shit sounds like a movie.
He said, do you know that if they put on the news, if they took into all the things that happened tonight in Dallas, in the city limits of Dallas, that the Dallas police officers responded to, and they took, and the next day we're going to run a special news broadcast and just show all the things that Dallas responded to, the rapes, the beatings, the stabbings, the shootings, and all the crime on a typical Friday or Saturday night, it would take up the whole next day's TV for them to tell everything that the police wanted. They said on Friday and Saturday night, they averaged 2,000 calls.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, when I had to go to Dallas whenever I got arrested, I mean, that shit was packed. You know, the waiting room was packed. There was people on queue for hours. You know, I mean, we're sitting up there 3-4 hours looking at this little TV. I mean, they got anywhere from just a little weed charge to, you know, whatever. Murder, rape, robbery. You know, that happens every day in Dallas. I mean, it's not a small thing, and that's the problem. I mean, I think that's one of the bigger problems is it's not a small thing. You know, these people that are actually out there doing the crime, because I used to be one of those people. You know, I used to be one of those people that would, you know, I'm bored. I'm gonna go and steal from this store. I'm not gonna go and rob some fucking person because the way they look, and that's what kind of gets to me. You know, the people right now, like after Trump got elected and whatnot, they're wanting to, you know, roll.
Rioting.
Yeah, they're rioting for one.
I have never.
Which is stupid. Like,
I've never known in my life when the Republicans lost, have we ever freaking rioted? Have we ever went out and acted a fool? Okay, you rump humper, the person you wanted in power didn't get in power. Don't worry about it. All these laws are already been passed. We're not going to be able to change these laws.
yeah.
Okay, because it won't happen.
And why would we want to? What laws do you think we're going to change?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm saying them as they. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's not. They don't understand.
Like the immigration thing, like you said earlier, the immigration thing, it's not against every single Mexican that's ever came here from Mexico. This is against
the ones that
illegal. This is from illegal immigrants, and the illegal immigrants, not just illegal immigrants, because we're not going to look for just illegal immigrants. We're going to look for people that have been illegal immigrants, committed a crime, gone through ICE, been taken back to their country, Mexico, wherever, Saudi Arabia, Abu Dhabi, wherever, and now they're back here, now they're doing something else. That's the whole problem. And the really big problem is from Syria. You know, Hillary Clinton wanted this whole open borders thing, like George W. Bush wanted. George W. Bush wanted open borders, right? I mean, you remember?
Clinton wanted open borders.
Well, Clinton and Bush.
Well, Bush wanted us to take in some of the
open borders.
Some of the
Yeah, refugees. Yeah, exactly. The same
But-
thing. Well,
But
where do we know
but
from
back
these people
then-
came
Okay,
from?
but back then we didn't have the issues with terrorist attacks like we do now. Okay, at that time,
We've got more terrorists here.
at that time, back when Clinton took office, we had our first terrorist attack in the United States on sovereign U.S. soil. That was an intended terrorist attack. And that was when they drove the bomb down into the basement of the
World Trade
World
Center.
Trade Center. And
91?
They got a 92. They had
Oh,
a
excuse
memorial
me.
built out there and everything. I was in the Army, and it was right towards the end of. It was right there towards the end of Bush's when he was in office. But they drove down there and they blew it. That was the first real terrorist attack. But you have to realize too, our freaking government, the people up on Capitol Hill, do not at that time did not really, I guess, grasp the reality of people secrets and people being secretive and having ulterior motives towards our government, towards our people, because they didn't really see us as having pissed anybody off. Okay, I mean, yeah, every place we ever went, we made them mad, but we hadn't ever done anything to the scale like we did the Middle East. We might as well went over and freaking stomped in the middle of a fire ant bed.
Yeah, and they all went everywhere. They're trying to take us out.
It just and we did that in 99 and 90.
Yeah, Desert Storm.
In Desert Storm, we went over there and kicked the hornet's nest. How did we kick the hornet's nest? We went over there. Saudi Arabia got so freaked out because their military wouldn't have stood a chance against Saddam's at all. It would have been a lot harder of a fight, but they would have went across Saudi Arabia pretty damn quick. Because those people ain't nothing but a bunch of pampered asses.
Hell yeah.
You know, they driving around in you go to a country and they leave a freaking Rolls Royce parked on the side of the road and walk away from it because it's broke down. And when you come back by through there 6 months later, that same Rolls Royce is still sitting there.
Perfect. No tires taken off or anything. They're just like
It's
whatever.
Convertible top down and everything.
Yeah, covered in
Nobody's
dirt.
stealing it. Nobody's taking it, nothing like that. You know, I mean, you see things like that, and they're, so these people weren't born, and their ambition, 90% of them, their ambition wasn't to be in the military and serve their country. It was to go out and make a bunch of freaking money. And they're all very. I mean, those are people that
I love money.
Those are people that think they're entitled.
The Saudis?
Oh yes.
Have you seen the Saudis come over to America? I mean, they got like gold Lamborghinis, and they've got got money for millenniums.
What is the
you know?
one thing that you will not, that you do not hardly ever see, and you can look, and that is a Saudi-born national that has come to the United States and gotten U.S. citizenship.
Oh, they're all here on visas and
They all
stuff.
come over here. They come over here for.
They're on visas, and they just
Visas
like
and stuff.
they're just like whatever, and they just
Yeah,
stay here, and then they maybe go back.
Back in 1987, 86 or 87, the king of Saudi Arabia, one of his sons, and he has a lot of them. He has like several hundred sons.
Jesus Christ!
Okay, because he has several wives, and he has.
But hundreds of
He
people,
has
hundreds of.
he has thousands of grandchildren. But this
Good
dude
Lord.
is so wealthy, man, that you don't even want to know. His son.
Of course, I want to know.
His son come over here, got pulled over for speeding, drunk driving. He was over here going to UCLA college. He got pulled over in LA, driving DWI. And he was in a F40 Ferrari.
Oh, Ferrari! I thought you were talking about Ford, but I was like F40. It's got to be
F40
something.
Ferrari, the 40th anniversary Ferrari, which is $1 million car.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Okay. With freaking half a kilo of cocaine in the armrest glove box compartment of the car. Do you know what they did to him? They arrested him. They took him to jail. And they said, okay, you're going to have to leave the country. And they
Which country was
deported
that?
him, Saudi Arabia, because it was the king of Saudi's son. He had diplomatic immunity. They deported him from the United States. That's all they could do. So you think you go over there to that country and they do the same thing over there? It's the
To who?
strangest.
To their people.
No, the royal family.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
don't screw with the royal family over there.
They're like, it's all right.
Dude, I was working. Okay, when we had, you ever been down to port area where they bring in big freighters?
No.
I mean, I'm talking.
I mean, I've seen it,
like
but-
9 football field lengths long, and you can stick a freaking 15-story building down in them and close the top.
Container?
No, you could take a 10-story building and stick it down into the hole, and where they load in the freight on a freighter.
Oh, fuck no. I've never,
There's a
definitely.
10-story building. I mean, in other words, if you fell from there and all the doors were open, you fell all the way to the bottom, you're dead.
It's a big ass ship.
I've been on one. And we had docks.
It's like a
out
warehouse
there.
on water.
We had a dock out there, and that dock was over a half-mile long. It was long enough to put.
Good
And when
lord.
they put them in there, they put them in like nose to butt. They put them in just like that.
That's a gas monkey ride right there.
They're only. Is that the gas monkey?
It's the gas monkey
Yeah.
fucking F40.
Yeah, they put them in where there was maybe enough room to get. You could jump from one boat to the other, one ship to the other. They're so close together. But and what it was we were using this port to send our equipment back to the States or wherever we were sending it to, or the bases around the world.
In Saudi or-
in Saudi?
What was the port name though? It wasn't
I
Saudi.
don't know. It was just some port down. I can't remember. But we were living on barges. We were living on 4-story barges, and then we had,
In the water?
yeah, we had 4-story barges. They had restrooms and everything, air conditioned, and everything. They were nice. We floated on one every morning when I got off work because I worked the night shift.
It was like a bridge you had to
I
walk
went
across.
I went to work at 6, got off at 6. So I'd go eat chow at 5, be over there, catch a bus, and it'd take us to 2.5 miles. to
Was
the
it real
port.
food or was it,
That was real food.
Yeah.
I ate in the mess hall. It was cooked by. They take us down to Port. Well, 6 o'clock in the morning come around, and we got off. But when the morning crew came in, we would go back and go to the mess hall and get our breakfast or whatever you want to call it, eat, and then we'd go to the barracks. Well, I don't go to sleep. I got to wind down, so I got a deep sea rod and reel, fishing reel, because I seen freaking tuna and stuff up in there. So I get out and warm up on like the 3rd level and be like, chop, casting on. And they were like, man, live bait, live bait. And we found out, figured a way to catch.
Were you like on the end of the ship where the ship was
No,
like,
we were way away from the ship. They put us up to the ships. One of those ships caught fire and something happened over there and blew up. That
so you're on the beach catching tuna? Or
No,
trying
I
to
was
catch tuna?
Fishing in the port area, living on a barge.
Okay,
and a
so the
dock.
barge was how far
Yeah.
off? Like about a mile or
About
30?
about 2 miles from where the
That's
ships
nice,
were.
really. That's like your own island in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
like
there, you got sunsets everywhere.
It's got 4 stories, and it was 200 feet, 300 feet long, and probably about 50 feet wide, 60 feet wide, something like that. It was just a big square. It was a barge. You've seen barges before. It was just a barge, with like a
Just-
barge that's built on it.
Never seen that. Tell me what it's called. 4-story.
It's called a port barge living facility.
I don't know how to spell facility. I got it. Okay, so
See that one over there? Go to that one.
right here.
Yeah, pull that up.
It's not 4 stories. That looks like that ain't what y'all were on. That looks like some jankety ass shit that fucking North Korea would have.
Well, these are barge homes.
That's what I want to find. Barge homes. Get the fuck off my screen.
Seattle, Washington has a lot of those. Washington and up in there in Oregon. They have a whole little dock port.
San
areas.
Francisco,
They have,
like that?
They have whole little,
Like
yeah,
that?
It was like that. It was big, dude.
That's where my brother is right now. Fucking San Fran homo.
But I was up there. I worked the night shift, and we were told I was a sergeant. And all we did was supervise who was working. I didn't work. I didn't do no work. I walked around there, bullshitted with the merchant marines, and they were president. Yeah, they were president or other.
No, Protestant or Christian religion, 58%.
Yeah.
That's up 4% from last time.
But
The Jewish vote was down 8%. That's crazy.
the dock that we were docked at, loading the stuff on, was owned by a Saudi prince, and he was leasing it to the U.S.
There's a
government.
bunch of them shits, ain't they?
We would come through a gate that was controlled by Saudi security forces. They would stand up there at the gate. That was their
They're ready to fucking.
job. They would check every American soldier that walked through there. They would check our IDs, every one of our IDs. Even though we were wearing a U.S. military, you could tell by looking at us that there's no way we were Saudis. There was no way we were Bangladeshis, anything like that. And they would check us. But then those Bangladeshis would come walking through and they just wave them on through, just never even stopping one of them. I finally asked them about that. I said, why do you stop all American soldiers, but then you won't stop any one of these Bangladeshis?
What they say?
Keep moving, keep moving,
Keep moving. We don't know what a question. Keep moving. Keep moving.
keep moving.
Keep moving.
So one night I was out there working, and we were told that no Saudi nationals, citizens, or anybody, their military, the security officer, or anything like that, could come on our ships at all. They could not come on those merchant marine ships. Those ships belong to the United States. They did not belong to them.
Ain't nothing wrong with
Considered
that.
sovereign ground. When I'm down there and I'm standing there and I'm getting ready to head down the plank to go off the ship.
It's
And
like
we
a
had just-
regular boarding
yeah, it's
thing,
just
wasn't
like
it?
No, it wasn't a long thing like you see in the Navy. It was one that ran down the side of the ship, and as the ship got filled up.
Like that instead of like
yeah,
that.
like here's
like
the
down
ship.
the side
Like,
of it.
Here's the ship right here. Here's the ship. This is the dock. It goes, and as the ship
Yeah,
got
yeah.
fuller and fuller and sank, it would come up level and level until eventually it got down low enough where they could put a straight one coming out there. But this was connected to ship. It was always on the ship, so because out at sea they could take and lower that and like a fueling boat come out there to fuel them up, because they don't pull in and park. They got these moors out there that they pull up to and they hook up to them. They got these big old hoses up there that come from big tanks on land, and they take and hook them and connect, and that's how they fuel the ships. And so, but anyways, I come walking out there and there's this two big old freaking bodyguards, man. One in front of him and one behind him. And they're coming up the plank. And this is late at night. We don't have officers. We don't have, the highest officer that I had come in probably on a night shift like that was I think one time we had a major, and most time it was the captains or the lieutenants. We didn't get nobody. That's why I took the night shift. We didn't have all the brass out there running around and coming in there and throwing their 2-bit cents into something they don't know what they're talking about. I don't care what it told you in the college books, sir. It ain't gonna work out here. We got to do it this way. Go on, And so I didn't have to deal with those guys.
You shouldn't have to.
We used to.
They're
get-
kind of fucked up.
But anyways, this guy comes. He's walking up there, and in between him is this guy in the full sheet dirt one with the black ring on it, and wearing the. And you could tell by looking at him that he was somebody important, because he wasn't the dirty white. He was just. We're talking
Pure white, fucking like the sunshine.
You've been like.
Ah!
But he was white, and then he had another big freaking bodyguard behind him.
What were
I
they
mean,
wearing?
they dwarfed
They were
me.
in suits or what?
Yeah,
were
they were
wearing?
in suits. They were in suits that had all that they could move. It wasn't going to be
Yeah.
those tight suit. They threw their arm up like they weren't going to tear out.
Yeah.
These guys Let me finish. Rolexes on the freaking guards, on the bodyguards. Rolexes, jewelry and stuff, rings, and then the prince had all kinds of rings on, but it was the prince that owned that dock. And he was out bored, I guess, I don't know, but he was going to come up on the ship. He wanted to look around. And I met him I just came on the gangplank and all of a sudden there's somebody there, because I was busy. I was calling down to someone else who was out on the dock. We didn't have no one standing at the boat thing at that time. Then we did. After this happened, we had someone that was put on our shift that just stood there and
Walked
made
around.
sure. No, just stood at the entrance of the boat where you came off the dock and got on the boat.
What do you think about those jobs? Someone just like at the back of the White House, you're like a Marine, you're a decorated Marine. That's all you do is just open the back door.
That's what Marines all do all over the world.
Yeah.
At every embassy in the world, there's Marines.
Take care of shit. It's kind of like the
the Marines take care of shit.
It's kind of like the people in what are they called in England? The
Royal
Imperial-
Guard, or not?
Yeah, Royal Guard, Imperial Guard, fucking.
But anyways,
They won't move unless you fuck with them. They'll knock your dick in the dirt. I've seen like there's some dude. He was just playing with him like, hey, blah 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 blah. And then he just like, well, bam, and the dude just lays down like he's dead.
Yeah, you can't touch him.
And the guard just goes back into his stance like, yep.
You can't touch them. You go up and touch them,
He knocked the fuck out of that dude. He knocked him down.
But if you ever, okay.
I'll
tell you about these guys in a second. But anyways, I stepped out there and I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, excuse me. I said, because they were just like going to go past me. And I stepped, they just kind of like, the guard was like they were just kind of like pushing me out of the way. I'm 5'10". I weighed 225 pounds at the time. I was in the military. This was in the middle of my enlistment. Wasn't close to me getting out, and I was built.
Yeah, you're like a little mini Hulk.
But they dwarfed me. They were huge, man.
They were tall, but you were like, what the fuck, bitch?
We're talking freaking Hulk Hogan big. I mean, Hulk Hogan like 7 foot something, but he not Hulk Hogan.
Oh, you mean Hulk Hogan, not Terry, whatever the fuck his name is? Terry something is like fucking 5'10". Maybe Hulk Hogan's 7 foot, but
Hulk Hogan's like 7 foot, but these guys were
the
huge.
real guy.
Yeah,
Terry something.
Yeah,
no.
The real Hulk Hogan is
Fuck
like
no.
7 foot.
Calm down. He's not 7 foot.
Okay.
This guy put he put a business at a business. He put like one of them little blog services. I think it was like I don't know what the fuck it was. It's got pictures of him. I want facts. 6'8". That motherfucker ain't fucking 6'8". There ain't no goddamn way.
Okay. Yeah, he is. He's 6'8", dude. Look at the Undertaker. But he was big. They were big like that.
I didn't think he was that fucking tall.
They were big like that. But
that's tall as fuck.
I know, that's huge.
I'm 6'2", and I tower over everybody.
But I was
Good
like,
God.
But I said, I told him,
and the Undertaker 6'10". Could you imagine somebody 6'10"? That door jam's not even.
Look at freaking Shaq.
Shaq's a big ass motherfucker.
But anyways, let me finish this, man.
That's what I want on my show.
He tried to.
I'm 7'1". Yao Ming's just a little bit above me with 7'6".
Dude, he could dunk a basketball without jumping.
I'll take that MSG out of that yellow nigga.
But anyways, so they tried to, they just tried to like walk past me, and we were like, I was coming out, and I was getting ready to say, excuse me, but I didn't want I didn't want them up at the level to see over the dock, or not over the dock, but over the side of the ship onto the ship, because it's up so high you can't see on the ship. You only see stuff sticking out. And so I went down so that I made sure that I was headed down, and the guy just started to go past me, and I said, "No, hold on, excuse me." I said, "I don't know who I don't have any idea who you are, and you're about to go on U.S. soil. This belongs to the United States government. It doesn't belong to Saudi government." And he said, this is Prince blah, 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 blah. And I said, okay. And he is the one that owns this dock where this ship is parked, where y'all are loaded at. And I said, yeah, but he don't own this ship. And we, you know, I mean, he said, y'all want to come go talk to somebody else, but you're not coming on this ship. And the guy kind of, and this is when it kind of got stupid, because I was on the radio and I was just like calling, and this is when we had the major out there. Because I said, I need somebody over here. I said, no, you're going to wait right here. And I just started talking on the radio. And I turned back around and the guy had unbuttoned his jacket. He had his jacket buttoned up. He had unbuttoned his jacket, kind of like that. And just let it.
What do you think of that picture?
That's badass. But had it.
This picture's fucking hard as fuck. This is like the fucking coolest picture right here.
But
That's shit. I want that shirt. They have the shirt. It's like $20. You know I'm gonna fucking get that shit. I'm about to rock that shit till forever.
He let his jacket open, and when his jacket had opened, I turned around. He was standing there, and he unbuttoned his jacket, and he was standing there, and the wind blew, and his jacket went in the air. Freaking one of those shoulder holsters with that.
Yeah, with a little 9 in it.
No, dude, it was a freaking 9mm freaking one of those little machine guns, man.
Little Uzi sort of
Had a
thing.
little clip, come on, probably had a 40
Super
round clip in it.
extender automatic.
It was just a little bitty thing. A big, had a little handle on the front and everything, like you see the Secret Service with. And I'm standing, I'm like, and I see that, and all I've got
I'd
is
be
a
scared of that shit. That
all I've
shit's
got is a
fucking
freaking
scary.
hard hat, you know, and a clipboard.
A hard hat ain't gonna protect from a fucking bullet.
I just turned around, and when I seen that, I just turned around and I said, and they're armed. That's all I said. I said, I need someone over here. I said, and these guys are armed.
To the
And
teeth.
they're like, what do you mean armed? And I said, this guy's got like a Tech 9 underneath his arm and a shoulder holster with a banana clip. And then all of a sudden it was like, all these MPs come flying in there and shit. And this major, but even with them down there, there was only, well, we had the whole boat of merchant marines, because the other guys that were working, there was like 7 of us on the ship. They're all over there, and then we got all the merchant marines over there too. There's some big dudes too. And there's, because they couldn't leave the ship and go inland.
They must have been eating good on them ships.
The Saudis didn't want.
They'd see them big ass motherfuckers walking around and be like, oh shit.
No, the Saudis didn't. The Saudi government didn't want anybody,
Because those dudes are
any of the
small.
merchant marines or anything, off the ships walking around. They couldn't leave the dock. They couldn't even go to the stores.
Why? Because they had like certain permissions. They could fucking do what they
No,
wanted
they
to.
just didn't want them out walking around. So they sat in there and gambled all day.
You don't remember why?
And we had Bangladeshis doing. But anyways, after, you know, but I stood my ground, man. They weren't getting on that ship. They weren't coming on that ship. And see, that's.
No, hell no. I mean, it's an American ship. Why would
Yeah. But that's the kind of.
It's our
that's
ship.
the
We ain't
kind
going
of-
on your ship or your airplane or your fucking.
That's the kind of stuff that we deal with in the military and everything, because everybody automatically thinks that we think we're better than everybody else.
Who?
Other countries.
For the military?
No, just as a nation, as people. They think we're better than everybody else. That's why the Hispanics want to come here, because it's a better country to live in. There's more opportunities here, and they can make good money. But what they don't understand is that doesn't mean come over here illegally and take our jobs, work under the table, and then bring your
Where's the tax
stuff
money?
and everything with you. You know, 70% of all the births, of all the children born at Parkland Hospital last year
Mexican Americans.
were born to illegal
Illegal.
people. Women were illegal.
Where's that stat from? A doctor?
I don't know. Sharon was telling me about it.
Oh,
They
Sherilyn
said
said.
70% of all the births last year.
Some nurse probably told her that or something.
Everyone. No, I think
Or
she's.
doctor.
I think
That's
she
what I'm
read
saying.
it.
Like some doctor or some nurse
Well,
probably told her.
It's government stats.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
Yeah.
they probably like, hey,
And
we
so
just told they told us this.
That's what we look at. That's what we see. You know, and then
Well, what about that night
what
y'all
they don't
out there in
understand
that-
is what they don't understand is they're coming across over here, and that's like me. Okay, I use my VA benefits. Okay,
There's nothing wrong with that. You're a fucking
hang
veteran.
on, hang on. Oh, I've had people freaking.
But you don't wear it on your sleeve.
No.
You know,
I use my VA benefits. Okay. But I earned them.
that is such a badass fucking picture. I want to get the dude at work to fucking just print me out a huge photo of it. Like, I want a big ass banner right there. That's the picture I want. I want fucking Trump on the damn. What has he got going on a fucking on a tank? It says Big Gulp. It says Trump. It's got gold fucking what do you call those treads? Gold tank treads. It says you're fired on the fucking cannon on the front. Cash going up in the air. He's got a fucking badass sniper rifle in his hand with a big ass gold belt buckle on, and a gold and a fucking and a bald eagle with a damn machine gun in his hand. That shit's bad as fuck. That's like a badass tattoo, really. That eagle. Look at that shit with the. That shit's bad as fuck. Whoever did that picture definitely wants America to be great.
I gotta go, man.
No. Gotta go.
Yeah, I just told her I need to get out. I'm not feeling good, dude. I'm really not.
Oh.
All down here in my gut. I'm really irritated about some things.
Want stuff on the property?
No, just like
Fred.
I
I mean, come on, man. You know,
just
if I could get Fred's information, I could probably get
Well,
Fred a job within a week.
I'm
I could get him
I'm not even
interviews.
I'm not even worried about that. There was just,
I mean, it's been what, since January? I mean, it's November now.
All I want out of this is the season. The season's done. You know what I mean? Have you ever heard that?
The season's done.
Yeah.
It's time to pack up and go on to better pastures.
I was meant to be here
For
a
yeah,
reason, and I feel like that reason's gone. The season's passed, so
yeah.
I'm just open to what.
Well, I mean, Sherilyn,
I really do believe that after Trump goes back to work, I'll be able to get back out there in the leagues.
I mean,
They bring it back. They're going to
well,
hire people like
here's
me.
the whole thing, Dorian. Like, I got a job opportunity.
Experience later, dude. If I'll tell you what, man, if you're willing to do it, if you're willing to do it and willing to make some money at it, and really get out there and work at it, and I mean, you can't smoke pot. That don't happen. But once you get out there and you get working, you get doing it, you'll see why. You know. But if you'll go out there and do it, dude, man, you can make some good money fucking quick. Because a relief operator at Frank starts at like $17.50 an hour.
Some good ass money.
Who you calling?
I'm just trying this job again.
Hello?
Hi there. Is this James?
Yes.
Hey there. This is John Chadwick. I talked to you on Monday and I left you a message about the two positions. I was trying to follow up on you. Sorry about calling you so late.
Oh man, I'm still at work, bro. Andy, he got he didn't get approved because he got a felony.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is the issue I'm having. I already had the guys tell me that, they have felonies and I go in there and run them, and they keep being denied.
You know about the federal bonding program, right? Where the companies, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, I mean, I don't understand. Like, Like we're really like the best employees you will ever have. Whoever you disapproved, not even me, but whoever you disapproved, we're really the best employees that you'll ever have.
Well, no, I used to work with Andy. Andy's one of my good friends. You know,
He's awesome, bro. I mean, he's a brother. I mean, of God. You know, he's a great guy.
Right. But the thing is, though, it's not actually my physical company. I'm an independent contractor with SubPro. And they do a background with GE. And GE, hey, I mean, like I said, I don't think it's fair either because, you know, my brother's a freaking licensed plumber by the state of Texas and, you know, a state licensed plumber, and he couldn't even get approved. And he goes to people's houses all the time.
Yeah. Well, just to let you know, none of my fellows are in Texas. I know some places only do statewide, some do nationwide.
Okay. You know what we'll do is I'll pick up application in the morning. Saturday or like this weekend we can meet up and we'll go ahead and submit it. And if it's not Texas, state of Texas or whatever, so we'll just see if they just do statewide, okay?
Yeah, I mean, I'm down for it. I mean, you know, when would you like me to call you next just to check on things?
No, I'll give you a call. I'm gonna put your phone and I'm gonna put your number on my phone, John. And because I know tomorrow I'm gonna be busy all day. I don't know if I have anything to do Saturday yet or not. I won't know that until tomorrow, right? But Sunday usually, man, that'll be the best time we can meet up. Where do you live at, in Irving?
Yeah, I live in Southern Irving.
Okay, yeah, we'll meet up. Let's try to meet up Sunday, okay?
All right, sounds
Call me
good.
call me Sunday morning.
That's good.
All right?
Yes, sir.
But I mean, that's all they have to do is just go and have you fill out the paperwork and then submit it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, ready to go.
And that's, I mean, it don't hurt to try, right?
No, of course. I mean, I'm definitely I'm about that life.
Yeah, I mean, I am too. You know, that's why I told Andy. I was like, dude, all I can do is try. You know, Andy was. I trained him how to drive. I trained Andy how to drive.
Right.
Well, because he was working with me and my cousin at the trucks.
Yeah, he's excellent at what he does. I mean, he's proficient. He kind of takes it because, you know, where he came from right now, you know, he just kind of takes the, you know, whatever somebody says to him. That's kind of how we have to deal with it because we have to make money to support our lives and our families, you know, and,
Right.
you know, we're ready to work. You know, I mean, I've been at this job for a year and a half. He's been at that job for however long. You know, we're ready to get to work, you know.
I understand that. Well, you call me Sunday at 10 o'clock, and we can meet up somewhere.
I got you, sir. You take it easy.
All right, John.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Well, see, this, you know, they're looking for a driver and a helper. I was going for the driver position, of course, because they make more money. But you don't have, I mean, I don't know, what felonies do you have? He's talking about, because my whole thing is, I'm not, look, huh? You're about to have a felony when you knock over your damn drink on my damn hardwood floor. All right, thank you, Dorian.
Dude, I gotta go, man. I'm sorry.
It's all right.